What's up? Super J is back here in the WrestleCade bringing to you guys another awesome video. This time I'm bringing to you guys the Smackdown Live results and review video from August 15th, 2017. As you know, the WWE writing crew has shocked the world once again. Vince McMahon has decided to change things up and tried to have us all on the edge of our seats tonight, going crazy, and that's exactly what I was doing. I actually was enjoying SmackDown all the way until my wife, or old lady, came home, and she happened to have a little surprise for me. So I got some WWE action figures from her, and it was pretty awesome. I'm going to be doing those unboxings tomorrow. And then out of nowhere, my daughter was freaking out because she didn't get any toys, so we had to run up to Walmart, and I bought her a couple Descendants 2 figures, like Barbie type deals, Barbie doll type things. So we were up at Walmart. We had to go to a separate one to go ahead and find that stuff, and I didn't get back till damn near 11 o'clock. When I came home, I had paused it right when the Cena and Mahal match was getting ready to come on, the main event. And so when I came home, I watched that from where, I was at. And right to my amazement, Jinder Mahal came out. As always, the entrance is great. He looks the part. He looks, like a big 6'5", chiseled, beast. But when he gets into the ring, he's terrible. For everybody that's giving me a shout-out, hello to everybody. I know it's kind of late, but I just wanted to come on here anyway. And I apologize if I haven't been myself the last week or so. My back's been not feeling too well. And I will be doing these late-night talk shows and the reviews and results of Raw, SmackDowns, and pay-per-views starting tonight. And I'm back, and I'm going to be doing it 100%. But again, Jinder Mahal comes out. Definitely looks the part in the main event. But again, his wrestling skills does not back up him being the WWE champion. It's been going on long enough. It's been over 4.5 months now. I'm getting sick of it. I want Jinder Mahal to lose the championship. Tonight, you had the main event, Jinder Mahal, John Cena. They were talking about it being one of the biggest matches in SmackDown history, which was just a total, sham and a total, bullshit line by JBL and other commentators who were trying to push Jinder Mahal up as, the best WWE champion of all time. And he's not, man. I don't know what else to say. I mean, if they wanted to build him up the right way over a year or two span, and how a guy goes from being a member of 3MB with Drew McIntyre and also Heath Slater to being, basically like the jobbers from the WWE a couple years ago. And obviously they were, put into positions to succeed, and then they got relegated to that over time. And I don't know. I just am tired of seeing Jinder Mahal as champion. I want to see Shinsuke Nakamura kick, Jinder Mahal right upside the face with the Kinshasa on Sunday, and hopefully we get a new WWE champion. The Jinder Mahal experiment is over in my book, and tonight WWE just totally just shocked me, and I don't get pissed off with WWE anymore because, they've done such crazy shit with The Undertaker over the years, with him losing to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30, to losing again this year against Roman Reigns, to other stuff that we've seen at events. WWE, for the most part, they do give you your money's worth when you're there live in attendance, and also when you're watching on TV, on pay-per-view, or something like that. They always do put on a good, entertaining show, but you're not always going to see, your favorite, superstar win the championship or win that night. But obviously, I think they do overall, over the last, my lifetime, the last 30 years, they've put on, for the most part, great shows that I've been to. I haven't been to really any bad WWE TV shows or house shows or pay-per-views live in attendance. I've always had a great time. But this year, what they've been doing on SmackDown Live, they started out 2017 red hot, just back as they did in 2016. You had AJ Styles champion to end 2016 on SmackDown Live. Then you had John Cena was champion from the Royal Rumble to Elimination Chamber. Then you had John Cena lose to Bray Wyatt Elimination Chamber. You had Bray Wyatt hold that title till WrestleMania 33, and then he lost it to Randy Orton. And then ever since WrestleMania, you had Randy Orton, basically lose the championship to Jinder Mahal, who wasn't ready to be WWE champion. And now for the last 4 months, you just had the Singh brothers, who have, just been there to take RKOs and get thrown through commentators' tables. And, it's just run its course with me, and I'm just totally sick of it. And tonight we had Jinder Mahal and John Cena in the main event, what should have probably been the SummerSlam main event. And I did a pretty cool match where it was rumored that it was Shinsuke Nakamura, John Cena, and Jinder Mahal in a triple threat match, SummerSlam. That would have been an awesome matchup. You could have had Baron Corbin there, laying in the wings with the briefcase and that contract. He could have cashed it in whenever he wanted. He could have waited till Hell in a Cell live in Detroit, where Super J and Kid Wrestler are going to be live. A SmackDown Live pay-per-view in October, Hell in a Cell in Detroit. That would have been a great way to have Baron Corbin cash in that Money in the Bank and become WWE champion. And then out of nowhere, we have this shit tonight to end SmackDown Live just 5 days before SummerSlam. I don't know if you guys know, the way the ratings go, usually the first hour gets you the most ratings, the highest number of people watch the first hour of the show. That's how it's been over the last year or two. And then after the second hour, you start to lose viewers, and then all the way through the third hour on Monday Night Raw, as time goes on, you lose your viewers. The same thing on SmackDown Live. And out of nowhere, tonight, they wait till the last 3 minutes of the show for Baron Corbin to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. And, right as soon as you saw him go to the referee and, go ahead and have that briefcase in his hand, and he was ready to cash it in, and he did. You saw him. He was looking at Jinder Mahal. He was looking back at John Cena in the corner of his eye, and you just thought something was not right. You just thought it wasn't the right time for Baron Corbin to go ahead and win the WWE Championship right then and there, and it wasn't. And they basically just, took that from Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin has had, in my opinion, not a good 2017. Obviously, Baron Corbin came up from NXT into WWE in 2016. He won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal in his debut match on the main roster at WrestleMania 32. And here, 1 year later, Baron Corbin was set to go up against Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. And then out of nowhere, that match gets moved on to the pre-show. Baron Corbin ends up losing that match. Dean Ambrose gets moved over to Monday Night Raw in a Superstar Shakeup. And then here we are with Baron Corbin with a couple more months to, maybe they were going to give him some type of other push. You've been hearing it over the last year. They've had big things planned for him. Obviously, one of the best finishers in the WWE today, that End of Days. He's also got that Deep Six, that spinning backdrop, which is pretty awesome. And, Baron Corbin just, obviously, the guy has been a winner. I've said it here on the channel. He was a teenage Golden Glove boxer. He's done a lot of things in his career. He was he was on a practice squad for an NFL team. He has been one hell of an athlete. And, I may not have been the biggest fan of his in-ring skills. I was definitely a fan of his finisher. I was definitely a fan of, the bully and, enforcer type gimmick. Kind of reminds me of a mafia hitman back from 100 years ago with Al Capone or something like that. And, Baron Corbin went on and had that rivalry with Shinsuke Nakamura, where Baron Corbin, over the last year, including Shinsuke Nakamura, Kalisto, Dean Ambrose, Baron Corbin was just beating the shit out of these guys and making them look terrible. And Baron Corbin was looking on top of SmackDown Live, making his way up to the top of the mountain. And he won the Money in the Bank briefcase. And you thought that, I sure as hell thought that he was going to hold on to the briefcase for at least 6 months. I mean, last year at the 2016 Money in the Bank, you had Dean Ambrose win that, and he cashed it in, an hour later, the same night to win the WWE Championship. And, here we are 1 year later, and you basically had, Baron Corbin hold this briefcase for not even 6 weeks, or 8 weeks, and he goes ahead and loses it on the last 3 minutes of SmackDown Live just 5 days before SummerSlam. I thought that definitely would have been some cool suspense going into SummerSlam. You got Shinsuke Nakamura and Jinder Mahal, who, whatever happens, Shinsuke, if he goes ahead and gets that title win, a great moment for SummerSlam, a great moment for him in his career, and you could have had Baron Corbin, lurking and tried to cash it in then, or, been successful. Who knows? Baron Corbin could have even, came out and, you know, cashed in his Money in the Bank, and then John Cena kicked his ass and, you know, somehow got disqualified, and then he got a future title shot in the future. I just thought WWE was not creative today. They definitely want you to see that on WWE TV anything can happen, and that is definitely the truth. But I don't know what else to say. The last 3 minutes of SmackDown Live, you know, a lot of people would have probably turned it off. I mean, usually, you know, at the last match towards the end of the show, you know, they usually, you know, do their entrance music and their pose downs, and that's how they end the show. And, you know, you wouldn't expect Baron Corbin to come out with 2 or 3 minutes left and basically, you know, get robbed of cashing in Money in the Bank by none other than John Cena himself. And I was never a fan of John Cena. I was a fan of his on SmackDown, you know, 15 years ago when he was part of that Doctor of Thugonomics, and he came out with all those throwback jerseys, which were real big at the time. I was a teenager, and everybody was wearing those, you know, old school baseball and basketball jerseys and stuff like that. And it was just a really fun time. And John Cena was, you know, that new kid on the block, and, you know, he could work on the mic, and he wasn't the best in ring skills, but he definitely had, you know, big pops from the crowd. And then WWE basically turned him into, you know, a Marine, you know, wannabe doing the Marine movies, and they basically turned him into the next Hulk Hogan. And I wasn't a fan of John Cena after that because he was fighting some of my favorite, you know, wrestlers of all time, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and he was beating these guys. And I was a fan of Batista at the time, you know, 12 years ago, back in 2005, and I thought Batista was just as good as John Cena, but obviously people thought differently in the WWE. But, you know, John Cena has been rumored to have buried people in the past where he has told WWE management that he was not in favor of a particular wrestler, and that wrestler would then not get his push to become champion. We've heard of it with Dolph Ziggler, rumors of it with Damian Mizdow, amongst others. You know, that's very disheartening to hear. And just over the last few weeks, there's been rumors online that WWE was not high on Baron Corbin for some reason. They've been turned off to the guy. And, you know, there was rumor backstage that Baron Corbin was going to cash it in at SummerSlam and not become champion. And WWE wanted to get that Money in the Bank briefcase off of him. So I don't know if there's some reason why. Is there something we don't know about, an injury? Is there some type of wellness policy problem? We don't know. And if Baron Corbin looks to appear to be fighting Sunday against John Cena, and I want to see Baron Corbin destroy John Cena on Sunday. But, you know, John Cena's rumored to be going to Monday Night Raw the night after. So is Baron Corbin going to get a clean win on John Cena and, you know, put the man down? Or is John Cena going to win with another attitude adjustment? Or better yet, probably make Baron Corbin tap out, make him look worse, and then John Cena walk over to Monday Night Raw? I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on. I was not expecting it on SmackDown Live tonight. And overall, I thought the show was decent leading you into SummerSlam. Jinder Mahal came out and had that really colorful opening with, you found out that it was the Independence Day of India. And, you know, a pretty cool cultural, you know, theme to the beginning of the show. And they showed you, you know, a country in India that has over 1 billion people and a rich history, and you know, some really badass colors they had going on. I thought it was really cool on the stage, and you had all the dancers. And Shinsuke came out. He went ahead, said that he was going to go ahead and win at SummerSlam. And I want to see a Kinshasa, like I said, upside Jinder Mahal's head. And I want to see a new WWE champion. I'm sick of seeing Jinder Mahal as WWE champion. But they got me excited for SummerSlam tonight. The AJ Styles, Kevin Owens with U.S. title match with Shane McMahon as guest referee scheduled to go down at SummerSlam this Sunday. I'm really excited for it. These guys continue to have their rivalry that's been going on for months now. I saw them fight at a house show just, you know, weeks ago here in Detroit, and they put on one great match, and I expect it to be even better at SummerSlam. You got Shane McMahon, who's been a guest referee in the past and screwed people over in the past. He's no stranger to that. He's a McMahon, you know, so don't get yourself fooled there. But Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens, I'm calling it right now, guys. I see them, Shane McMahon somehow getting knocked out by Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon counting Kevin Owens out. Them two guys fighting at the next month's pay-per-view in September for SmackDown Live. And then at Joe Louis Arena, Little Caesars Arena, the new Red Wings and Pistons Arena in Detroit. That's going to be hosting the first Hell in a Cell event in Detroit, and that's going to be pretty awesome. I expect Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens to go one-on-one in a Hell in a Cell match, and I want to see them two guys fight on top of the cage, but on top of the cell. But I'm really excited for that. Usos and New Day. I mean, these guys have had great matches over the last couple pay-per-views, Money in the Bank, and then also Battleground, where the New Day beat the Usos for the tag titles. And I really didn't think that it was needed tonight. The WWE programming this whole week, Monday and Tuesday, they put on 3 or 4 matches that were already scheduled to happen at SummerSlam. And some of them have been confirmed to actually continue on and have rematches at SummerSlam. But I don't know what the hell's going on with SummerSlam, guys. We don't know any pre-show matches. They have not been announced. I think there's 12 or 13 matches total. Definitely a big array of talent and superstars on SummerSlam. You still got some big names that are left off the card. On SmackDown Live, you got Mike Kanellis, Sami Zayn, Ty Dillinger, Dolph Ziggler. You got Charlotte Flair left off the card on SummerSlam. And then on Monday Night Raw, you've got the Hardy Boys. You also have Gallows and Anderson. You also have, the Drifter, Elias. You have some guys that are left off of the SummerSlam card that have a lot of talent. And what the hell's going on with WWE? You got 6 hours of TV. You got a 2-hour pre-show. You got a 4-hour main show. I'm going to go on with a whole results and review of SummerSlam. I'm going to break it down into Raw and SmackDown so you guys can, I'm going to break it up into 2 videos, make them shorter, and I'm going to do all the results, preview and give you my match predictions for Raw, and then I'll do a separate video for SmackDown matches at SummerSlam. But it's a stacked card, a lot of talent. You even have The Miz and The Miz Taraj are not even on the card at SummerSlam. You got Jason Jordan, whose push seems to be going nowhere. They've changed his theme song, which I'm not happy about, and they basically, are pushing him to be this next Intercontinental Champion, this great wrestler, just like his dad, Kurt Angle, was, when he started out his career in WWE back in 1999. And I just don't know what to say. The Miz is money, and so is the Miz Taraj now. They make me laugh when Bo Dallas comes out there and Curtis Axel, the Axeman, and the Miz, the Miz is great. And Jason Jordan, he's not ready to be Intercontinental Champion. He's sure as hell not ready to be pushed into an Intercontinental Championship match up at SummerSlam. I hope we get some type of interpromotional 10-man tag team where you got, Raw guys and SmackDown guys on one team going up, good guys on Raw and SmackDown going up against the bad guys of Raw and SmackDown. A type of, pre-match or extra pay-per-view, attraction where you get all the guys, onto the show some way or another, on the pre-show or the main show. And you guys, all those guys are deserving of it. And, like I said, I'm going to give you guys the predictions and preview of SummerSlam. And tonight it was overall, not a good show. And obviously it didn't leave a good taste in our mouth when Baron Corbin went ahead and went to cash in Money in the Bank. And then out of nowhere, it was just, it was shit. Is what it was. And like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Baron Corbin, but when John Cena was sitting there with his knuckles and he's like, "You can't see me," I said, "Man, come on, man. How many times I can see John Cena, screw people out of pushes here in the WWE, man? Getting sick of it." But SummerSlam should be a lot of fun. They've got some matches that I'm not too happy about and not too thrilling, not too happy to see. But what more can you do, guys? It's WWE, it's Vince McMahon and Shane and all them writing staff, and they're going to do what the hell they want. But here you guys go. I'm going to give you guys a little SmackDown shelf right there. Check it out. You got the new tag team champions, the New Day. You got Naomi. You got Shane O'Mac. You got Jinder Mahal, AJ Styles. Check out, guys, I've done a lot of SummerSlam matches already here on the WrestleCave YouTube channel, so you guys can check out all those preview matches. I've done some pretty cool, had Shane McMahon as a guest referee, and I had AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, that U.S. title match. Also did Randy Orton versus Rusev. I did the Fatal 4-Way Universal Championship match. I did a lot of other ones. The tag team title match from Monday Night Raw, I ended up doing that for SmackDown. I had Sheamus and Cesaro going up against Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, but I went ahead and did it in a TLC match, and I thought it was a lot of fun, so you guys can check that out. I'm not really in tune with the new WWE 2K18 as of yet. I did find out that we're going to be able to have more guys on the screen at once. Am I right, guys? And that's one thing that I've been looking for years, being with the WWE video games. I mean, I've always wanted to do the 5-on-5 Survivor Series matches where all 10 guys are in the ring at the same time, guys. And then they get, as one by one, get eliminated. You know, same with the Royal Rumble. You could have, you know, 10 guys in the ring at one time instead of just 5 or 6, you know. But here you guys go. Got the Raw shelf right there. I try to showcase some of the newest figures and the newest talents right there in the center. And as you can see, you got the titles right there, right underneath the champions. Still waiting on that Raw and SmackDown red belts for Sheamus and Cesaro, but they should be coming out in a few months. We've got a brand new Braun Strowman coming out with a brand new mohawk and head scan. He's coming with a pretty cool stretcher. And also got a D'Lo Brown back from the Attitude Era with his chest protector. And also Ken Shamrock, guys. So there's going to be a lot of cool matches coming up. There you guys go. SmackDown right there. Hopefully, man, I know Ringside Collectibles is the #1 place, man. But I hate when they do these damn store exclusives. It just kills me because I got to try to call these stores, Walmarts and Targets and other places, and don't know one want to help you, you know. But it's like, hey, man, you know, don't you guys know it? And I tell them, I'm like, you know, it's a store exclusive. It's a Walmart exclusive. It's a Target exclusive. I really don't want to be calling up here, wasting my breath with you. And, you know, you know, it's just hell, guys, sometimes trying to find these figures. And, you know, if you're disabled like me, I really can't get out a lot and go to stores constantly. You know, it hurts. You know, I got a bad back. I had surgery on my spine, so it's just tough. And check out that WCW shelf. I've got to put some of the wrestlers back. You got that NWO shelf, white and black. Wolfpack, brother. Too sweet. You got that Wolfpack right there. That Macho Man Wolfpack figure is going to be coming out in a few months at Ringside exclusive. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the well wishes to get well. Yeah, I'm getting better over time. It's just I'm never going to be... you know, 100% again, and it's just tough. But as you can see, I have this hobby, and I'm able to bring you guys these, you know, couple-minute videos, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun interacting with everybody that enjoys these videos. You should read some of the comments when people do, and it's pretty awesome. And it does mean a lot. It puts a smile on my face, and also my family's, you know, it's just pretty awesome. And got the new generation. This is the generation where I grew up. And as you guys can see there, got Isaac Yankem and Jerry the King Lawler back there. And that's Isaac Yankem DDS right there. And if nobody knows, that's actually Kane. He was actually a demented dentist that came around back when Jerry the King Lawler had a rivalry with Bret the Hitman Hart back in '95. And Bret Hart beat Jerry the King Lawler in a Kiss My Foot match at King of the Ring '95. And Bret Hart had Jerry the King Lawler kiss on his feet. And then Jerry the King Lawler had to go to a dentist and, you know, had to get all this cleaning done. And he came back with Isaac Yankem to battle Bret Hart. And Isaac Yankem really never was, you know, a big character in WWE. But growing up as a kid, I definitely remember the demented 7-foot dentist. And his finishing move was the DDS. It was just a DDT. But that was pretty cool. I plan on having Jerry the King Lawler in a shark cage. I want to relive that. Back from 1995, Monday Night Raw, back when Bret Hart and Isaac Yankem went at it. I'm also trying to redo some of these shelves, show you guys new champions and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the debut Rocky Maivia, also Yokozuna. I've got some of the Hart Foundation together. You see Bret there with the title and the anvil and the bulldog. Also Goldust right here. And I got the $1 Million Belt right there. And I've got stunning the Ringmaster Steve Austin. I've got a few figures that I've got to open up here the next couple days, and I will be doing that for you guys. And I've got, you know, a whole few more unboxings to do tomorrow, and I plan on doing some more matches for you guys. Thanks for coming on, guys. And if you guys are leaving because it's too late, I do apologize. But you guys can always check out the videos tomorrow. But SummerSlam here, 2017, guys. I'm trying to do a lot of fun, and shout out to Calvin World. What's up, buddy? Thanks for coming on here so late. You know, what more can I say, guys? I'm a big WWE wrestling fan, obviously, as you guys can see. I've been a wrestling fan since, I've been, 5, 6 years old. And I'm in my young 30s now, so it's been obviously a lifetime of wrestling and WWE fun for me, and having this WrestleCade where I could go ahead and have all this action figure fun. I've been playing with figures for over 20 years, man, and probably since I was about 7, 8 years old, I had a whole collection of old Jakks Pacific figures, and just had a lot of great fun. And got a Goldberg coming here in a couple months, a whole Monday Night Raw lit up ring, so that's going to be going ahead with this stage right here. And as you can see, I got the SummerSlam skirt just because I'm doing some SummerSlam flashbacks. Shout out to the Fun Maker. How you doing, buddy? It's the power of wrestling. I know, man. It's just like you get hooked. And the funny thing is, I've been waiting for a family member of mine, a kid, to get hooked on wrestling for years, because I was that way when I was a kid. And I had my parents who were not big into wrestling, but my dad always took me to the events. And my dad's best friend was a big wrestling fan, so obviously he gravitated to me. And my father passed away 15 years ago. And my Uncle Artie, still talks, and we still talk about wrestling. And went to so many wrestling events with him when I was young, and my father and my family. And like I said, wrestling's my happy place. Wherever I've had some bad time in my life, whether it be a death in the family or going through a tough time physically or emotionally, WWE was always there on Monday nights, was always there for Monday Night Raw, was always there on Smackdown Live starting in 1999. Obviously, it's changed days, but I even remember 20 years ago there was WWE shows back on Saturday and Sunday mornings, WWF Superstars, where you could see some of the coolest guys. Monday Night Raw back during the early years was only a 1-hour show. So when you had to go ahead and catch, your wrestling fix, you'd have to watch it on the mornings, Saturday and Sunday mornings. So I remember going ahead and making me bacon, and, I'd have to add up my points in class because you did good and you got points. By the end of the week, you get a few candies or whatnot, and have my whole little candy and chip selection up ready to go for that Superstars on Saturday and Sunday morning, and have my breakfast and watch wrestling, and, been through the ups and downs. Obviously, when you're a wrestling fan, obviously you gravitate to certain stars and certain wrestlers. And as those guys grow old and they retire, WWE has to build new stars, and they have to build new characters, and you have to, start to appreciate those guys and start to gravitate to them. And that's something that I've always done. I've always stuck with WWE through the good and the bad, and here I am. And do this WrestleCave YouTube channel for you guys, do the reviews and the results and reviews of Raw, SmackDown's pay-per-views too. Got the LED light stage here with these badass action figure matches. I try to do matches that are dream matches you never thought you'd see. Also try to do matches that we're trying to relive from WWE's past. And it's a lot of cool stuff that I know a lot of kids do watch the channel, so I try to give you guys some older guys, and so you guys can learn a little bit about them. And as always, I do the unboxings with the figures. But this was a Smackdown review, and again, I was not unhappy. I was not happy with the way Baron Corbin cashed in the Money in the Bank tonight and ended up losing, and Jinder Mahal ended up getting the win and the 3 count with one of the worst roll-ups that I've ever seen in professional wrestling. And I've seen a lot of bad ones over the years. Back in the WCW days, in the ECW days. And that tonight with Jinder Mahal, he didn't even need any help from the Singh brothers tonight. And Jinder Mahal ended up getting the victory. After Baron Corbin tried to cash in that Money in the Bank. What more can I say? Obviously, you guys aren't happy about it. And the modern-day Maharaja marches on to SummerSlam. Super J's going to march on to bed, and I'm going to be back on tomorrow with a whole lot of WWE unboxings of some brand new figures. And also, I'm going to give you guys a SummerSlam predictions and preview tomorrow, Wednesday, or later today at some time during the night. Those are going to be up. Also, I'd like to do a couple matches tomorrow as long as my health is permitting. So please check out later. As always, Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Give me the thumbs up down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. I'll say it again. I'll say it 3 times. Peace out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Love you guys.